Good morning, I am Lovecasting from Oakland, California, and this is your Monday Personal Sensei. Good morning, this is your Personal Sensei for Monday, July 13th, 2015. Namaste. Well, today it's going to be a powerful day. I think today new doors will open. Step 21, Cancer, rules today. You've probably heard me say this before. Step 21 is when it starts to be fun, and that's true. My moon sign is at step 21, so I'm emotionally always ready for this step. This is when things get exciting. It's kind of that moment when the birthday cake comes around the corner on fire, right? We're all excited and ready and know it's about to happen. That is the energy sort of today. And today it's time to move forward. In fact, we're on countdown to a new moon. So the doors that open today through tomorrow are probably important and prominent. Now, we're in Cancer, so we are working on how we feel. Anything in your life could trigger a change of feeling, a change of living, where you live, how you work, maybe a new car, driving to work. I mean, sometimes material will change the way we feel. Sometimes we don't know why we've changed the way we feel. But once we feel differently, everything, of course, changes. Well, now that we are in the third decan or Act 3 of Sun in Cancer, we're getting into the passionate part of feeling, which is really what everyone is in it for, not just feeling, but passionate feeling. And today, we might start with the fun, because step 21 is when the door opens to the fun. But before we talk about how to calibrate your soul today, let's first begin with the telepathy. I've actually, looking at the shows from last week, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start the show with today's telepathy and end with the answer, because I know it's kind of a letdown if you don't know right away. So at the end of today's show, I'll have the answer to today's telepathy. And I'm going to go again with the same one I did on Friday, so you might have the same answer that you had. I am thinking of basically a Cancer business mogul. Which one of these business moguls am I thinking of? I'm going to have the answer when we come back at the end of our calibration. Is it number 1, John D. Rockefeller, number 2, Ross Perot, or number 3, Orville Redenbacher? I'll have the answer to today's telepathy. From my temple to yours, I'm sending one of these names right now. It's one that I'm curious about. So let's move on now to today's soul tune-up.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Well, looking at the chakras, we are getting a big dose of yellow. That's what it's about. Yellow is our solar plexus, and that connects to our future and our past. It also connects to our family, and it is our emotional state of awareness and also our thinking state of awareness. So we're all in the yellow. But today we open up to step 21, which is green. Our heart chakra opens up. Now, in all the step 20s, it is emotion, which is 2 plus whatever step we're on. So we are emotion plus. And today we are emotion plus our heart. So our heart lights up. And when your emotions and your heart both get along, then the third chakra that lights up is indigo, and that is belief. So today, when feelings and heart kind of go along, belief opens up, or opportunity, or adventure, or belief structure. Belief structure opening means you might have been closed-minded, didn't even know you had that opportunity. But when you followed your feelings and followed your heart, something opened up. And that is, of course, our indigo. And our indigo is our ability to create our vision. Which way we go, which way we don't go is the indigo. That is belief. So your vision may open up if you follow your feelings and your heart today. So let's focus our day and tame our brain with the phrase of today. I feel my passion today, and I know my heart. I feel my passion today, and I know my heart. Now, in essence, that is the step 21. That is the yellow chakra and the green chakra, right? So we want to be mindful of the two chakras, basically. I feel my passion today. That's the energy flowing through the yellow chakra. And I know my heart. Now, we're preparing for this because an opportunity may come, like I said earlier, where our feelings and our heart sort of match, and this magical sort of doorway opens, an opportunity, new learning, expanded consciousness. So we want to be mindful today of basically two parts of ourselves, our feelings and our heart. So one more time to keep it in the mind, I feel my passion today, and I know my heart. And so it is, because I said so, I thought so. So, adding this all up in what I call the conscious cooking, we're in Cancer, So human beings are working on their emotional state of awareness. Now in Act 1, which is the first 10 days, we work to eliminate issues and topics and memories from our emotions that don't feel good. So we get rid of the icky part. And I look at this as creating a soup. So in Cancer, we're creating a soup, and this soup will be the basic broth to a lot of our meals in the coming year. So in the first 10 days, we clean out the goop in our soup. We make our broth kind of clear. Then the next 10 days, we actually work to perfect the recipe. And that is what we want to feel and what we don't want to feel in our life. And again, we could be using any excuse, a relationship, a job, to be really talking about and having a conversation with ourselves about what feels good and about what doesn't feel good. So it's all about that. But now that we're in Act 3, Act 3 is about boiling this good ingredient to its final flavor. All right? And this will be a meal. Soup can be a meal. I know Jay Leno says it can't be. I was watching him one day. He's like, soup's not a meal. Soup can be a meal. All right? I'll argue with Jay. I'm a Taurus too. When it is cooked properly. And today that comes down to when you feel something, that's your basic broth. You're feeling a passion already. It could be a passion for swimming, a passion for a color, a passion for a person. And then you add love. So in other words, the ingredient you add today is love. You either love them, you give them love, you're loving to them, or you're loving to yourself, or you give to yourself that's like them. I mean, you use whatever you're passionate for, you just add more love to the formula, whatever that is, both for yourself and the other party. And what happens is you kind of cook that love for a while and the passion, and boom, a new belief opens up. Sometimes that belief is something like, wow, I didn't know I was that great of a person, or I didn't know they loved me that much, or, I didn't know that was a possibility. A new belief opens. So today, your soul challenge, should you choose to try a play along, is to determine or play along moment to moment of what you love right now. So just to be conscious of your heart, all right, what do you love right now? What do you love in this room? What do you love in this frame? What do you love about my show today? What do you love right now? Be conscious of what you love right now. And that's a challenge because you slip off really quickly, let me tell you. That's why it's today's challenge. And while you're in that state of love, meditate on what you believe it would take to stay there. So what would it believe to take to stay there? It's like, wow, I'm really loving Chris's show. Really? What do you believe it would take to keep watching Chris's show? Well, I'm really loving this Slurpee. Really? What do you believe it would take to always have a Slurpee? Okay, so this is me just kind of guiding you and pushing you to push your own conscious along the river stream and help it bring it down to the conclusion or what the belief is. And like I said, when you strive for a belief and your heart is online and you're feeling and you're open to what might work, which is what today's about, opening new bridges and doors, then what comes off is new understanding, new belief, or new collective context or consciousness. So that brings me to today's gratitude. Today I am grateful that I don't know everything. I am so grateful I don't know everything. That allows me just to stay open. I'm grateful I don't know everything. I'm grateful there's stuff to learn. I'm grateful there's all sorts of surprises. And so it is, I am so grateful. Now looking in our world gratitude, I think I'm going to give world gratitude to Donald Trump. Why? Because Donald Trump thinks he does know everything, okay? And I'm grateful that Donald Trump thinks he knows everything. Because in his insulting of the world and of Mexicans, he is basically exposing a part of our world that has been hidden and behind closed doors for a long time. I'm grateful for Donald Trump exposing his racism. I'm grateful for the people who go and support him and say they're racist too. I think we should all come out of the closet about this and heal it once and for all. So I'm grateful for Donald Trump's big mouth, and I'm grateful I don't know everything. I'm also grateful for you. That brings us to today's Joy Quest, should you choose to accept it. Your Joy Quest, should you choose to accept it, is follow the yellow brick road. And you might go, well, you've said that so many times, Chris. I know, always on a Stepº21 day is when I say it. Follow the yellow brick road. I say it because it's already in your childhood, thanks to MGM. All right, but it means all you have to do is step from joy to joy. That's each yellow brick. So it's like, you know what? I'm enjoying this cup of Starbucks. What do you want to enjoy next? I want to enjoy the bathroom. Okay, and then, you know what I mean? After the bathroom, I think I'll enjoy a bagel. All right. And it's basically, that is the yellow brick road. It is from one enjoyment to the next enjoyment. And yes, you might find yourself skipping down the yellow brick road if you can be so light and free. It's not easy. Give it a try, says Sensei. So for my friends who are watched over today by the Personal Sensei Network, this is a text message network based on your time of birth, date of birth, and I write these myself every night and make sure they inspire you each day. At 1 p.m., your local time, I will give you some context on where I believe you now belong on a daily basis. So I'll say, you know what, you've been this, you belong here. I'll give you a little bit of an arc at 1 p.m. Then at 3 p.m., I'm going to give you some clues on where I think you're belonging in life next in a big picture. So where you need to upgrade locally and where you need to upgrade in the big picture, all that part of Serious Joy. Now, if you'd be interested in joining my Personal Sensei Network, you can now come on down to soulgarden.tv and just click on Serious Joy. Details are in the new website. And that brings us finally to today's telepathy. My final answer to you. Oh my goodness, 8 minutes. I thought it was an 18-minute show. I was like, what? 18 minutes? But we are asking here, which of the following three was I thinking of? Was it John D. Rockefeller, number 2, Ross Perot, or number 3, Orville Redenbacher? And the answer is Ross Perot. Bum, bum. Very interesting, isn't it? Ross Perot is a Cancer, and I was thinking about this because we now have Clinton's running again, and running again, we now have some possibilities here of people that could steal the football from Hillary Clinton. Ross Perot was a surprise football out of nowhere, remember that? And a Cancer based on family values. So family values and Cancers often do kind of take the show, and I thought it was interesting to look at Ross Perot and kind of see what happens in this election. So, well, my friends, that is the beginning of the week. It's going to be an interesting week. We have a fun week ahead. Let me just say, we're going to have some breakthrough. So follow through today with the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow your heart and see what doors open up. Tomorrow, it's quantum breakthrough. And Wednesday, we have the new moon. So it's going to be God slapping you on the back and making it all stay. I will see you in 24 hours with more. Be sure to come on down to my new website at soulguard.tv. You can register for it, by the way. And we have also a kind of blog section. So you'll see that each day in the Personal Sensei, I've done a little write-up that goes along with the show. Come on down and say hi. Leave your mark on the site. All right, my friends, I'll see you in 24 hours with more. I love you. Until then, live, love, be. So